elevate this hair down, and I'm probably at like a finger's depth elevation, and then I'm gonna point cut. Drop that hair down, resection it, keeping my hand square, and I'm opening and closing the scissor and only moving from left to right. Okay, comb it down, natural fall, comb it down, and just kind of clean it up a tiny bit more. Okay, I'm taking about inch sections, so take the next diagonal back section, comb the hair down. First section I'm cutting in the center. Bending my knees down, flipping it up, checking to see my guide from underneath, point cutting to follow my guide. Take the next section, over direct it in, and I'm cutting on a square line. Point cut to keep it soft. Move to the third section, over direct it in to continue my square line. Okay, comb it down to natural fall. And I'm going a little longer on the right side, so I'm just coming back in and cleaning up those loose bits. Hold it down with my hand to check and see if there's any unwanted graduation. Okay, this is the last section before I move into the side. Diagonal forward section, right to the top of the ear. So see by point cutting how each section is getting longer, so it's beveling it underneath. Okay, so see how there's no graduation underneath there, okay? And that enables the haircut so it's not flippy. So now I'm going to use a clip. Okay, I'm going to take a horizontal section, clip that hair up, and I'm going to continue cutting a square line. 0 degrees elevation to create maximum density. There's my guide. Always a little bit more work when you're right-handed. This side is a little bit harder to cut, so you have to spend a little bit more time. Did you see how much longer this side was than the other side? To get like eye level and see how it's longer right here. So come back in. And when you're eye level, you can see it. See how it's longer right here. You need to stand back out of depth perception too and look at it, because when you're right here, you can't see the perception. So you stand back and you look at it. And that's why we have a mirror too. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to deep parallel point cut to soften it, get rid of the choppiness. Once again, deep parallel point cutting is reducing the weight without changing the line. Okay, so take the same sections you took over, back over the shoulder, and deep parallel point cut. And this is a truly visual process. Comb it, check it, so see how this top section, I'm going back and cutting a little bit more. Comb this stuff down. Deep parallel point cut. After I texturize it, recomb it to feel it. And then I'm going to go back one more time. It's important to balance it. I took out this much weight over here, so this is the third section, so I'm going to texturize it 3 times like I did on the opposite side. So you got to remember that. What I do on the left side, I do on the right side. Back here and take the little match. Okay, face frame. So I'm taking the diagonal back. Okay, her hair is pretty thin, so I'm going to take a little bit denser of a section. Okay, I'm going to step on the opposite side. I'm going to comb this down and around. Okay. I'm going to point cut, and I'm cutting visually. I just want to kind of blend this. So I'm going to slide cut down and around for this section, recomb it and check it and see how I did. Take another diagonal back section. I'm going to over-direct it forward into my previously cut section. Okay, and I'm going to stand on the opposite side. I'm going to slide cut and cut down and around, creating a nice curvature blend. Take the bottom section, comb it down and around, slide cut. And then I go back and I check my line. I'm going to put this in my comb, because I want to be able to see it. So see how I need to come in here and clean up these bits. Come in here this way. See how I need to connect it, so I'm going to point cut just to soften that. I'm going to take one more section, I'm going to over-direct it forward, and not much is going to reach down here. So see, here's my guy right here, you see that? This is where I need to blend. So I'm going to slide cut, break through that, comb it down and around, and see I still have all this in to get rid of. Comb this down and around. See, it's almost gone. Okay, that's good. Diagonal back section, I'm going to take a fairly, her hair's so thin, I'm going to take a big section. Okay, I'm going to comb it down and around. I'll watch my fingers. Here's the length, right? Okay, look at my finger angle, it's down and around. I'm going to point cut. Comb it back down and check and see how I did. Okay, now I'm going to come back. I'm going to comb it down and around and see. I just need to take off this little corner. Comb it down, and that looks good. Take the next section. Comb it down and around. And see now how it opened it up. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in. And I'm gonna soften it. See how blunt that is? Overcorrect it. Soften it. Loose bits right there, let's get rid of them. You see how that's that's what we're looking for. See how it has a nice curvature. And now we need to get the same thing on the opposite side. Going down and around. So I'm slide cutting. So see how much better that looks now? It has that curvature, it has that A-frame. Okay, that's what we're looking for. I just need to clean this up a little bit. Okay, see how much better that looks? Okay. So now we're gonna look in the mirror and see how it looks great. Let's put that in the corner. Okay, so now the line is done. Okay, so now we're going to layer it. So I'm going to blow the hair off first. Okay, so now I'm going to take vertical section, okay, and I'm going to grab the chair, stand on my other side, elevate this up to 90 degrees. I'm going to cut short to long. There's my guide. I'm going to cut the line. I'm going to recomb it back up. Your hair is thin, so I'm not going to get into too much texturizing if it doesn't need it. Okay, so then I'm gonna go to the bridal ridge right here. Okay. And I'm gonna use my guide from the center, line this up, 90 degrees, cutting short to long, and then I'm gonna point here to soften it. you, Ashley.